could please remain standing if you're able and join in the singing of O Canada.
Good morning. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are in Mi'kma'ki, the unceded territory and ancestral homeland of the Mi'kmaq Nation. Our relationship is based on a series of peace and friendship treaties between the Mi'kmaq Nation and the Crown, dating back to 1725. In Nova Scotia, we recognize that we are all treaty people. I also want to offer a warm welcome to graduates, family, friends, and special guests joining us here today, along with all those tuning in through our live stream around the world. Thank you for being a part of this special day as we celebrate the class of 2019. First of all, please give a sincere thanks to two of our staff members, vocalist Erica Sloan, accompanied on the guitar by Ray Stewart, for leading us in O Canada. And to the Ashanti drummers, more specifically Dr. Henry Bishop and Mr. Adrian Bishop, for leading the procession. My name is David Freckleton, and I am the principal of NSCC Pictou Campus. Today we'll be recognizing outstanding achievements. More specifically, we will be recognizing the learning accomplishments of 282 graduates. 2 days ago, we hosted our Student Success Celebration and presented numerous awards and bursaries. Thanks to all those donors, businesses, and organizations for supporting our students and believing in what we do. We really appreciate it. One housekeeping reminder, Out of respect for the convocation program and recessional, I ask that all graduates and guests remain seated until the end of the convocation. I would now like to introduce the stage guests, starting with to my immediate right. Ann McDonough, Academic Chair for the School of Business. Tim Houston, Leader of the Opposition and MLA for Pictou East. I should say the Honorable Tim Houston. The Honorable Pat Dunn, MLA for Pictou Center. Rob Sobey, Honorary Diploma recipient. Don Bureau, NSCC President. Bob McEachern, Board of Governors Chair. Amanda Provolos, NSCC Alumni Representative. Anna Burke, Vice President, Academic. Catherine McLean, Vice President, Campuses and Communities. Rosalind Penfound, Vice President, Organizational Development. Monica Foster, Vice President for College Services and the Chief Financial Officer. Tara Keener, Dean for the School of Access. Scott McPherson, Dean for the School of Business. Margaret Champion, Dean for the School of Health and Human Services. Elizabeth Yo, Director for Student Services. Christine Arsenal, Director for Enrollment and College Registrar. Leo Gillis, Assistant Registrar. Scott McGilvery, Manager for Student Services. Tony Rose, Academic Chair for the School of Trades and Technology. And Audrey Arsenal, Academic Chair for the Schools of Health and Human Services and Access. As well, we have special guests in the audience this morning, including former Premier, the Honorable Dr. John Hamm. The Warden of Pictou County, Mr. Robert Parker. The Mayor of New Glasgow, Ms. Nancy Dix. Mayor of Westville, Mr. Roger McKay. The Mayor of Trenton, Mr. Shannon McGuinness. The Mayor of Pictou, Mr. Jim Ryan. The Deputy Mayor of Stellarton, Mr. Brian Knight. And the Associate Deputy Minister for the Nova Scotia Labour and Advanced Education Department, Ms. Ava Zappale. Each year, our campus welcomes new faces, all eager, many anxious, filled with an infectious enthusiasm. By the time we see those same faces cross our stage at Convocation, we see that same enthusiasm, but the anxiousness is gone, and in its place, a newfound confidence. That makes this day extremely rewarding for our college community. From our amazing and dedicated staff at the campus to campuses and colleagues province-wide, each has had a role to play in supporting your journey to graduation. and to them, I say thank you. I'd like to take this opportunity to ask our campus staff to stand and be acknowledged. At this time of year, we often say goodbye to staff that have been members of our campus family, supporting students and contributing to student success in campus life. 2 of our staff members have decided to retire. I ask that Mr. Jim McKenna, the Adult Learning Program Counselor, and Ms. Lois Waugh, faculty member in our Continuing Care Program, to stand and be recognized. Together, the 2 of them have over 48 years of supporting student success. Today, we are also welcoming students who are graduating from programs studied online. I want to extend a welcome to my colleague, Tricia Donovan, our eCampus principal, who is in attendance. And at this time, I'd also like to acknowledge our student leadership on campus. Our Student Association President, Emily McNeil, is currently pursuing an international learning opportunity in Austria and cannot be with us this morning. Hopefully, she is joining us live stream from Europe. To our graduates, ultimately, it is thanks to the inner strength you have found within yourselves to balance competing priorities, whether caring for family, holding down a job, facing lengthy travel time or health challenges, and still managing to meet deadlines, staying on top of your workload, making it through the late night, studying for tests when handling all the stresses involved. And now you can say, I did it. As our president, Don Bureau, has often said, we take the community and community college very seriously. This is a special community, and while we always have our share of challenges along the way, by working as a supportive family, it makes the successes we see at the end of each academic year that much more special. Congratulations to the class of 2019. You've accomplished so much and should be so proud. Please know that all of your college family here on stage and in the audience are thrilled to see you sparkle today. Again, family members and friends, we are so glad you have taken the time to support the graduates in person and online. We invite you to take a photograph of your graduate towards the front of the stage as they receive their credentials, and ask that you keep the entryway and the exit points to the stage clear. In case any of your friends and family are not able to be here, this ceremony will be available to see at a later date once posted to NSCC's YouTube channel. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce and welcome our president, Don Bureau.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you, Dave. Graduates, I have to tell you that it's such an honor for me to be on this stage this morning, to be here to celebrate your success with your family and your friends and your loved ones. In fact, as president of NSCC, addressing the graduating class of 2019 is simply the highlight of my year. You know, a couple of weeks ago, as I was preparing my speech for this morning's ceremony, I was making sure that I wanted to prepare a speech that was compelling and that was engaging. And as I was writing it, my son was nearby at home, His name is Matthew. He's 21 years old, and he graduated from NSCC just a couple of years ago. So I asked him, I said, Matthew, what advice would you have for me as I deliver my speech this year? And he said, Dad, he said, make your speech interesting. He said, make your speech inspiring. But he said, Dad, they don't want to hear you go on and on and on. So he said, make it quick. So I said, Matthew, I don't know if I can make my speech interesting, inspiring, and quick. And he said, well, just make it quick then. So I'm going to take his advice, and I'm going to tell you today a very quick story. This is a story that some of my colleagues have heard me tell before. It's one of my favorite stories because I think it's very pertinent given what's happening in the world today. It's called the Patch Story. It's about the importance of taking action to have a positive impact on others. First heard this story a couple of years ago when I had the absolute honor of having lunch with one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my entire life. That person was Valerie Jarrett. Many of you perhaps haven't heard of Valerie Jarrett before. I hadn't. But Valerie Jarrett was the senior advisor for the former president of the US, Barack Obama, for the 8 years when he was in office. In fact, Valerie is often referred to as President Obama's shadow because she was with the president all the time while he was in office. Valerie was in Halifax speaking about her work with the president, and she explained that early in her career, she was working for the city of Chicago as a lawyer. One day she was interviewing for a vacant position in her department, and a candidate came into the interview, and that candidate's name was Michelle. And after about 5 minutes, Valerie offered Michelle the job on the spot because Michelle was so smart. And of course, that Michelle was Michelle Obama. Over the next few years, Michelle and Valerie and Barack Obama became very close friends. And in 2008, when President Obama decided to run for president, he asked Valerie to take a 6-month leave of absence from the city of Chicago to help him with his campaign. She agreed, and as I mentioned earlier, she ended up spending the entire 8 years with the president. She told the story that back in 2008, just as the president who was campaigning at that time, he was a candidate, he just completed a campaign speech at a hotel in Chicago. He got onto an elevator, and after the elevator doors closed, the elevator operator, an older gentleman, his name was Earl Smith, and he presented the candidate with a small little military patch. And he said to the candidate Obama, he said, you know, this patch kept me safe during the Vietnam War. It's kept me safe ever since. I want you to have it, so it will keep you safe during your important upcoming work. Well, Obama said, I couldn't possibly accept the patch, but he did after Earl insisted. Well, I want to fast forward time now. It's now 2012. President Obama has won his second election, and him and Valerie are sitting in the Oval Office planning the inauguration ceremony. When the president says to Valerie, Valerie, do you remember 4 years ago when that gentleman gave me that little military patch? Well, I'd like to go find him and invite him to the inauguration ceremony. Well, Valerie said, sir, that would be impossible. We have no idea who he was. We don't know his name. We don't know where he lives. And the president, with a little smile on his face, he said, we have the FBI and CIA at our disposal. Valerie, go find him. Well, as Valerie was leaving the office, the Oval Office, she turned around and she said, by the way, Mr. President, what did you ever do with that little military patch that he gave you 4 years ago? And the president reached into his pocket and he pulled out the patch and a handful of other trinkets. In his pocket, he had a marble, he had a poker chip, he had rosary beads. Those were the items that people had given him over the years of public service that had a deep and profound impact on him. And would you believe that every day for 8 years when that man was president, when he got dressed in the morning, he would take that handful of trinkets off his dresser, he would put them into his pocket, and that was his daily reminder. That was his daily reminder that he was president to serve. He was president to have a positive impact on others. But here's the thing. You need not be the most powerful person in the world to have a positive impact on others. I hear every day hundreds of stories of our students supporting each other during their programs by having a positive impact on their peers. And every year I hear hundreds of stories of our incredible faculty and staff having a positive impact by dedicating countless hours to supporting and mentoring our students. But there's one example in particular of you, our graduates, making a significant contribution and having a significant impact on others that I want to recognize this morning. You see, as a college, we strive to be an accessible post-secondary institution as a way to help students overcome all types of adversity. And to that end, a few years ago, we launched Make Way. And Make Way was a fundraising campaign where we committed to raising $25 million to help our students overcome financial barriers. And I'm very proud to say that Pictou County has been extremely generous as we pursued that goal. And we recently completed that campaign, and we celebrated raising over $33 million to help our students. Yes. And a key group of contributors to that success has been you, our students. Because you see, your student associations, on behalf of each and every one of you, has committed $500,000 over the next 5 years to this campaign. And I think that deserves a big round of applause. Thank you very, very much. Graduates, I hope you know that your very generous gift will make a significant impact on the lives of students for many years to come by making education even more accessible. As we look to the future, our ask of you is to please never stop using your education and your many gifts to have a positive impact on others, especially those facing adversity as they pursue a better life. As I think about being kind and having a positive impact on others, graduates, whether they are family, friends, again, outstanding faculty or staff here at the Pictou campus, there are people joining us today who have shown you these virtues. They've had a positive impact on you during your time at NSCC. So graduates, I have one final assignment for you before you officially complete your programs. That assignment is this. I want you to think for a moment of that person or persons who are joining us this morning who has had a positive impact on you during your studies. I've asked you to think of that person because we have a tradition at NSCC, a tradition where I ask the graduating class to please stand up as you're able and give a wave of appreciation to someone joining us today as a way to say thank you for the impact that they've had on you. So as your final assignment, please stand up and give a wave to somebody in the audience. Thank you very much, and I can say congratulations, you've officially completed your programs. Well done. Before I conclude, there's one other important group of individuals that I want to recognize this morning. You see, for decades, our alumni have been driven by a passion to find ways to have a positive impact in their communities and to make better lives more accessible for those around them. So I want to recognize and acknowledge our alumni who are in the audience today. If you are a past graduate of NSCC, or any of our predecessor institutions or schools, or are a graduate of CCEDP, would you please now stand to be recognized? Thank you all for being such great ambassadors to the college. So in conclusion, graduates, I want to share with you one other comment that Valerie shared with us. She was asked, said, Valerie, when you were working in the White House for President Obama for those 8 years, did the 8 years go by slow or did the 8 years go by fast? She thought for a moment. She said, you know what? She said the 8 years went by just like that, but some days lasted forever. And I think that's so true for life in general. So graduates, after walking across this stage this morning, please do not wait until tomorrow to act. Start today and continue to have a positive impact on others by paying forward the many gifts and abilities that you have. Congratulations on your success. We are so proud of you. And thank you. Thank you for allowing NSCC to be part of your learning journey. Thank you very much.
In just a few moments, we will present our graduates with their diplomas and certificates. Before we do so, it is my distinct pleasure to present the highest recognition the college bestows on a citizen, the NSCC Honorary Diploma. An honorary diploma recognizes outstanding leadership and service to our community. It is reserved for those who, through their own innovation and commitment, have contributed to the quality of life in Nova Scotia. In every aspect, this year's honorary diploma recipient is an outstanding candidate for such recognition. Today, on behalf of the School of Business, it is my privilege to present Mr. Rob Sobey with an NSCC Honorary Diploma. Rob, a great friend to the college, is a fourth-generation family business member and the corporate director of Empire Company Limited. In 2014, after 25 years in various roles with Sobeys, Rob retired as president and CEO of Lawton's Drugs to focus more time and energy on philanthropy, volunteering, and governance. Rob Sobey is known as an accomplished champion of education, the visual arts, and military sectors, which is evidenced by his roles as a distinguished patron of the National Gallery of Canada and the chairman of the Sobey Art Foundation. Among his many accomplishments, Rob is a Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal recipient, an honorary lifetime governor of the Art Gallery of Nova Scotia, and an inductee of Atlantic Business Magazine's Top 50 CEOs Hall of Fame. He has also served on several post-secondary education boards, including Queen's University, Dalhousie University, and the Nova Scotia College of Art and Design. Rob is also the chair of the Donald R. Sobey Bursary Advisory Council, where he works to provide new paths to those facing barriers to education. Rob has been an ardent supporter of NSCC for many years. He is the past chair of the college's Board of Governors and notably the chair of NSCC's Make Way campaign, which supports student aid, innovative programming, instructional equipment, and centers of expertise. Rob cites his great-grandfather, J.W. Sobey, for inspiring he and his family's desire to give back. He noted that J.W. would say that for every 25 cents you give to the community, you get $1 in return. On that basis, it's safe to say that if we follow that calculation, Rob's immeasurable investments in NSCC of time, energy, expertise, passion, and support will be felt by our students, staff, and the people of Nova Scotia for many, many years to come. Now it is our pleasure to present Rob Sobey with the college's highest award, an Honorary Diploma. I'm going to invite Rob to make a few comments first.
Thanks, Principal Dave. Good morning, everyone. How does it feel, grads? Yeah? Feels good. Unlike you, I didn't have to open a book, go to a lab, or even write an exam, but my tuition was kind of expensive. It's going to be an honor to share the stage with you here in a few moments. I've had the opportunity to attend dozens of these convocations over the years, and as President Dawn and Principal Dave and others know, the most striking thing for me at these convocations was not the ability to learn the latest styles of shoes as they stroll by, but it was the immense pride and happiness in this room, in these convocation halls. So again, we've heard it before, but I'll say it again, to friends, family, faculty, staff, anyone in this room and beyond who have helped our learners to get to this day, thank you so very much. Okay, come on, let's thank you. Decades ago, I used to walk past the campus just down the road to and from the Stellarton schools. Pictou Regional Vocational School, or PERVIS as we call it, was back then an important institution that sent many of our local folks, I see a lot of alumni are here today, on paths of fulfilling careers. Fast forward to now, NSCC is a true center of quality, innovation, reputation, and relevancy. Really the best darn community college in the country, even though I might be a little bit biased, I'll say it. I hope you've all enjoyed this part of your life journey, and as soon-to-be grads of NSCC, you look forward to the success, challenges, and the fulfillment ahead of you. I have 5 quick pieces of advice. I'll keep them short. First, give yourself space and balance to grow into the future versions of you that you may not even know exist right now. Remember to be lifelong learners. Today is not an end, but it is only a start. The college has taught you how to learn. Theory and practice will now be put to the test of reality as you change data to information, information to knowledge, and eventually knowledge to wisdom. Second, always give back to others, known or unknown, in whatever ways feel right for you. It need not be money. You'll know the right thing to do when it presents itself. Third, a few quotes that I have found useful. The first 2 I asked for and got face-to-face directly. From friend and Canadian philanthropist Michael O'Dan, his quote, "Do it now." From Cape Breton scientist Dr. Art MacDonald, recent winner of the Nobel Prize in Physics, "Pick your collaborators well." And from Frederick Douglass, of course, a great statesman of the American Civil War, "Agitate, agitate, agitate." Fourth piece of advice, look beyond the simple pursuit of happiness to instead the discovery of joy. Paraphrasing George Bernard Shaw, some people ask why, while others dream of things that never were and ask why not. Finally, as one day we'll all shuffle off this mortal coil, no matter what, always maintain the ability to laugh at yourself along the way. It's truly rewarding and humbling for me to receive this beautiful honorary diploma from the very institution to which I hold my proudest association. This is a true highlight in my journey. I wish you all the very best, and I deeply thank NSCC for everything it's brought to me. Thank you. Congratulations again. Have a great summer.
Good morning. I am Audrey Arsenault, Academic Chair for the School of Access and the School of Health and Human Services. Mr. President, I present to you the following candidates who have completed all the requirements for credentials in the School of Access. Mr. President, the candidates for the Certificate of Completion in Achieve, Cheyenne Bazanson. Emily Dignan. Brooklyn Fanning. David Jordan. Daniel Martin. Ryan Simons. Josh Shepard. Kyla Waters. And Ivan Willis. Mr. President, the graduates in Achieve. For the information of the audience, those students who attained honors standing have this designation noted in the program. Congratulations for your outstanding academic performance. Yes. Students whose names appear in the program but who are unable to be with us today are automatically admitted to their respective certificates or diplomas. Mr. President, the candidates for the Nova Scotia High School Graduation Diploma for Adults. Shadi Aladdin. Obada Al-Metheb. Savannah Batchelder. Kelsey Borden Green. Invited guests, it is a tradition at Nova Scotia Community College that when a member of the staff has a family member graduating, we offer him or her the opportunity to participate in the ceremony and present the credential. Colleen Gallant joins us now to present her daughter with the Nova Scotia High School Graduation Diploma for Adults. Emily Gallant. Amy Jameson. Melanie Jeffrey. Rebecca Keddy. Charlene Kelly. Sam McGowan. Brittany Robson. Amanda Rushton. Stephanie Tai. Liping Zhang. Mr. President, the graduates in the Adult Learning Program. Mr. President, the candidates for the Certificate in Academic and Career Connections. Amanda Battist. Hannah Jane Breen. Emma Faulkner. Brianne Romaine. Mr. President, the graduates in Academic and Career Connections.
I am Ann McDonough, Academic Chair of the School of Business. Mr. President, I present to you the following candidates who have completed all the requirements for credentials in the School of Business. Mr. President, the candidates for the Certificate in Culinary Skills. Quentin Connolly. Bill McKenzie. Kaylin McKinnon. Caitlin Sandluck. Mr. President, the graduates in Culinary Skills. Mr. President, the candidates for the Certificate in Office Administration. Chantel Anderson. Darlene Archibald. You worked hard for this. Michelle Bernard. Oh. Amber Bolton. Diana DeCoste. Caitlin Denny. Evelyn Dillman. Barbara Doucette. Jordan Johnson. Mike Kostoff. Congratulations, you worked hard for this. Wait, don't go yet. Virginia Simpson. Jarrett Stewart. I know, right? Jacqueline Thompson. It's all good. Tammy Toney. It's all good. You worked hard for this. Now. Brittany Webb. Amanda Williams. Mr. President, the graduates in office administration. Mr. President, the candidates for the Diploma in Business Administration. Robert Burrows. Jyoti Chickermath. Heidi Hayes. Kelsey Hopper. Kathy Livingston. Virginia Shaw. Daniel Wayman. Mr. President, the graduates in Business Administration. Mr. President, the graduates for the Diploma in Business Administration Accounting. Jennifer Bent. It's all good. Courtney Cameron. You made it. But you got to come up. Congratulations. Dennis Cormier. Mehmet Mohammed. Emily Murray. Kenzie Reed. You made it. Congratulations. You did. First of many. You're good. Cecil Thorne. Brandon Wong. Mr. President, the graduates in Business Administration Accounting. Mr. President, the candidates for the Diploma in Business Administration Management, Devin Anderson. It's all good. Marley Haroon. Alex McDonald. Nick. Good for you. Nick Willett. Hold on for a sec. Mr. President, the graduates in Business Administration Management. Mr. President, the candidates for the Diploma in Business Administration Marketing. Darcy Cameron. Mark Cormier. Congratulations. Andrew Morgan. Devin Palmer. Randy Timmons Harp. Mr. President, the graduates in Business Administration Marketing.
Mr. President, I present to you the following candidates who have completed all the requirements for credentials in the School of Health and Human Services. The candidates for the Certificate in Continuing Care: Ira Aldalfo. Tammy Anderson. Lori D'Entremont.
Congratulations, bud. Good.
Bradley Dorian. Bailey Hensby. Terry Hughes. Haley Laffin. Kaylee Langell. Melissa Latter. Alex Leonard. Fatima Mapili. Sarah McNeil. Haley Payne. Catherine Rico. Anna Marie Staples Sears. Janine Stoyles. Ashley Tibbert. Kelly Wunderlich. Mr. President, the graduates in continuing care. Mr. President, the candidates for the Diploma in Cosmetology. Maddie Alexander. Alyssa Anderson. Kinley Blackadar. Carly Crawford. Robin Dean. Gary Dutai joins us now to present his niece with the Diploma in Cosmetology. Amanda Dutai. Tessa Hodson. Bev Lake. Madeline McDonald. Sarah McDonald. Zoe Verhervel. Becca Wong. Mr. President, the graduates in cosmetology. Mr. President, the candidate for the Diploma in Early Childhood Education, Nardina Telem. Mr. President, the graduate in Early Childhood Education. Mr. President, the candidates for the Diploma in Practical Nursing, Emily Boron. Kimberlyn Cherry. Christy Clark. Brooke Dean. Georgia Desmond. Caitlin Graham. Leanne Graham. Kelly Jackson. Ismini Kahaya. Jen Kelly. Amanda Linteman. Melanie McCulloch. Ashley McGinnis. Marissa McKinnon. Shania McPhee. Kimberly McPherson. Stephanie McGrath. Cheyenne Millen. Kaylee Moore. Heather Otter. Tanya Rector. Hannah Richards. Nicole Rusi. Shayla Sartoris. Okay. Jen Sharp. Trevor Reddick joins us now to present his sister with the Diploma in Practical Nursing, Sina Smiley. Mr. President, the graduates in practical nursing. Mr. President, the candidates for the Diploma in Social Services, Julie Cameron. Lisa Chisholm. Heaven Lee Davis. Renee Frazier. Keegan Hughes. Cassidy Hulbert. Becky Kennedy. Jaden McBain. Rhonda McDonald. Kayla McLeod. Caitlin Maloney. Sarah McTavish. Megan Richards. Taylor Tupper. Mr. President, the graduates in social services.
Good morning. I'm Tony Rose, Academic Chair for the School of Trades and Technology. Mr. President, I present to you the following candidates who have completed all the requirements for credentials in the School of Trades and Technology. For a certificate in automotive service and repair, Trent Battis. Logan Butler. Liam Kando. Amanda Finley joins us now to present her brother, Michael Casey, with his certificate. John Crawley. Sam DeCoste. Adam March. Hazen Patriquin. Brandon Robertson. Sawyer Robson. Mr. President, to graduates in automotive service and repair. Mr. President, the candidates for certificate in cabinet making, Josh Sim. Cam Anderson. Caitlin Guthrow. Soren Himmelman. Robin Hughes. Mr. President, the graduates in cabinet making. Mr. President, the candidates for certificate in plumbing, Sean O'Coin. James Bailey. Craig Bradshaw. Chris Frazier. Mitchell Hare. Alex Keating. Patrick Landsberg. Rose Moore. Robert Ripley. Janaise Robinson. Matthew Luke Stewart. Mike Talbot. Parker Tilt. Connor Toffelmeyer. Mr. President, the graduates in plumbing. Mr. President, the candidates for the Diploma in Carpentry. Morgan Bizanson. Arthur Cross. John Kay. Adam Langell. Kelsey McInnes. Brian Parker. Marissa Sharp. Brian Sinnis. Mr. President, the graduates in carpentry. Mr. President, the candidates for the diploma in electromechanical technician, Colby Benson. Mitchell Conley. Marshall Fitt. Ryan McDonald. Campbell McNeil. Harrison Salter. Christian Secco. Jamie Wadden. Mr. President, the graduates and electromechanical technician. Mr. President, the candidates for the Diploma in Electronic Engineering Technician, Darren Allen. Cody Baddist. Derek Bingley Weber. Yvonne Michaud. Adam Walsh. Mr. President, the graduates in Electronic Engineering Technician. Mr. President, the candidates for the Diploma in Heavy Duty Equipment Repair, Truck and Transport, Robert Bell. Dylan Black. Mitch Crowell. Isaac Desmond. Devin Gibson. Jeremy Hudson. Evan Irving. Isaac Kuhorn. Zach Lowe. Cameron Marple. Alex Martin. Mitch Rankin. Mr. President, the graduates in heavy-duty equipment repair, truck and transport. Mr. President, the candidates for the Diploma in Machining, Pat Heighton. Mike Jordan. Curtis McClellan. Connor Thompson. Christian Welsh. Matt Williams. Mr. President, the graduates of machining. Mr. President, the candidate for Diploma in Pipe Trades, Nevin McKinnon. Mr. President, the graduate in pipe trades. Mr. President, the candidates for the Diploma in Welding, Savannah Langell. Amber McLaughlin. Dawson Miller. Jason Patterson. Gage Van Wyschen. David Ward. Mr. President, to graduates in welding. Mr. President, the candidates for Diploma in Welding Inspection and Quality Control, Vincent Curry. Eric James. Christine McKenzie. Jeff Mahar. Delaney Pettipaw. Cody Reddick. Justin Stewart. Matthew Tolino. Jordan Underwood. Mr. President, the graduates in welding inspection and quality control.
Good morning. My name is Rosalind Penfound, Vice President, Organizational Development. Mr. President, I present to you the following candidate who has completed all the requirements for a credential in organizational learning. Mr. President, the candidate for the Diploma in Community College Education, Teaching and Learning, Carol McDonald. Mr. President, the graduate in Community College Education, Teaching and Learning.
Mr. President and invited guests, I present to you the 2019 graduating class, Pictou Campus, Nova Scotia Community College. On Tuesday night, we held our Student Success Celebration for Pictou Campus. That night, we recognized all the students who, through their hard work, dedication, community, and campus commitment, stood out even among their talented classmates. I would ask all of the award winners from last week's celebration, or any student who won an award, scholarship, or bursary during the year, to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. I have the distinct honor of being able to announce to you the 5 major award winners for the Pictou campus. These 5 students have given much to the fabric of our community at the campus and are recognized for their unique accomplishments with these awards. Our first 2 awards, the Governor General's Academic Medal and the Nova Scotia Community College Gold Medal, acknowledge the highest academic achievement earned by a student. The Governor General's Academic Medal. We now welcome the Honorable Pat Dunn, MLA for Pictou Centre, to the front of the stage to present the Governor General's Academic Medal. This is awarded to a graduating student who has achieved the highest academic standing in a diploma program. The recipient is Sarah McDonald from the Cosmetology program. The Nova Scotia Community College Gold Medal. We now welcome Anna Burke, Vice President Academic, to the front of the stage to present the Nova Scotia Community College Gold Medal. This is awarded to a graduating student of a college certificate program who has achieved the highest academic standing. The recipient is Emma Faulkner from the Academic and Career Connections program. Our next 2 awards, the Board of Governors Award and the President's Award, acknowledge academic achievement and contribution to the campus and community life. The Board of Governors Award. This is awarded to a graduating student of the College Diploma program who has demonstrated outstanding academic achievement and has contributed to campus and or community activities. The recipient is Emily McNeil from the Social Services program. Emily is unable to attend today as she is out of the country on an NSCC International Learning opportunity. The President's Award. We now welcome Don Bureau, President of the NSCC, to the front of the stage to present the President's Award. This is awarded to a graduating student of a college certificate program who has demonstrated outstanding academic achievement and contributed to campus and/or community activities. The recipient is Quentin Connolly from the culinary program. The NSCC Alumni Award. We now welcome Amanda Paravolis, representing all NSCC alumni, to the front of the stage to present the Alumni Award. Amanda is a Business Administration International Business grad from the class of 2017. This is awarded to a graduating student who embodies the NSCC alumni tradition of excellence and ambassadorship, and whose extraordinary contributions have inspired a sense of community and pride on our campus. The recipient is Melissa Latter from the Continuing Care Assistant Program. Mr. President and invited guests, I present to you the 2019 award winners for the Pictou Campus, Nova Scotia Community College. I now have the distinct pleasure of introducing this year's valedictorian. Cody Reddick was nominated this year as the Pictou Campus valedictorian and was chosen to represent the 2019 class. Cody is a past graduate of our welding program and is graduating today from our welding inspection and quality control program. Cody is a leader on campus and a leader in his community and takes his position as a role model seriously. He sees his completing his post-secondary studies not just as a part of his own future, but an example to others in his community. Please welcome Cody Reddick as the 2019 Pictou Campus valedictorian.
Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Martin Luther King, an American pastor, activist, humanitarian, and leader in the African American civil rights movement, said, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward." My name is Cody Reddick. I am from New Glasgow, Nova Scotia. I am a graduate of the Welding and Welding Inspection Quality Control programs. President Don Bureau, Vice Presidents, Deans, Principal Dave Freckleton, academic chairs, staff, honored guests, family and friends. Welcome to NSCC Pictou Campus Graduation 2019. What a spectacular day. Well, guys, if that was college, I did it. But so did you, and everybody else sitting down dressed like me. Feels good to be done, let me tell you. I am honored to stand here in front of you today as a valedictorian. Not only to be that guy that may have talked for too long at graduation, but to reflect on some of the achievements of every single one of us in here today. This year, we have all had some bad days, headaches, hardships, early mornings and late nights, but it's summertime. And we are walking out of here today with a certificate or a diploma. It's time to do what we've been waiting to do since the thought first came to mind. School was great. It was, it was cool, and I made a lot of memories over the past 3 years with some of the nicest people I've ever met, and I'm certain every one of you has as well. I would like to talk for a minute about the campus staff, from the A wing down to the D wing and everything in between. You are some incredible people. For those of you that were lucky enough to teach me, or contribute in any way to my success here at NSCC, I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you. And I strongly urge everyone here today dressed like me to do the same. Because without the help of these special people, we wouldn't be here right now. And also, guys, you know we can be hard to handle. I don't know about you guys, but when I think back to my first day here at NSCC 3 years ago, and we gathered in the gym for the welcoming ceremony, and I felt the presence of all the students with the same determination as me, I knew I was right where I was supposed to be, and I was right on time. The Student Association was very welcoming, and the events of the first week really let the feeling set in. After the first week was over, and I was still looking for the table with all the free Subway subs on it, I found out about the poutine. Although I didn't order it very often, I can really appreciate a good poutine. And cafeteria chefs, you make a mean one. As the days turned to weeks and the weeks turned to months, I finally knew my way around the school. And for a trade student, there's some mysterious hallways. To all my fellow graduates, as you take this next step in life and you take your knowledge from NSCC and apply it in the real world, I wish you the best of luck. And I know you will do great things in your future. I know this because you are sitting here with me today. Guys, I'm truly inspired by each and every one of you. You have all taught me to never give up, to overcome any fears, and most importantly, you've shown me what you're made of, and now it's time for us to show the world. I won't talk too much longer, but this I would like to say before I lose your attention, and we can take off these itchy gowns. But not before the pictures. When you are being great out in the workforce, or wherever you end up, and are making a difference in your field, doing what you're passionate about, just keep in mind that very first day, and then you will see how far you've come. Thank you.
Move to the right here. Well done. Thank you, Cody, so much for that very inspiring valedictory address. And I noted you kept in mind what Don's son said. Nice and brief, really well done. I will call on our principal, Dave Freckleton, to present the valedictorian award. I now ask Dave Freckleton to bring our closing remarks.
Great job, Cody. Guests, please wait until our platform party and graduates parade from the arena. You are then invited to join us for refreshments and more photo opportunities in the Bell Arena next door. I want to extend a special thank you to everyone who contributed to making this convocation ceremony a truly special event. As well, to the students. After receiving your credential on stage today, you were presented with your official NSCC Alumni Pin. We hope that from this moment forward, you will wear it proudly, because today, when you shed your gown, even though they're itchy, your connection to NSCC does not end. Yesterday you were students, today you are grads. Forever you are Nova Scotia Community College alumni. Please stay in touch. Remember the words of athlete and writer George A. Sheehan. Success means having the courage, the determination, and the will to become the person you were meant to be. Please stand for the recessional and remain standing until the stage party staff and graduates have left the arena. Convocation has ended.